It's January 24th here in Houston, and we are frozen in. I'm sure frozen strawberries might sound good, but if I hadn't covered this yesterday, these would have been frozen for sure. Look at this ice that we have on the plastic. But those strawberries will be nice and safe underneath there. We had freezing rain last night and a lot of wind. And as you can see, we've got a lot of ice here on top in the garden greenhouse. Now, it took me some time and a few dollars to build this cover, but I tell you what, it completely saved all of my plants. I don't anticipate losing one single plant because I took the time and I was prepared for this freeze. That's what my channel is all about, is being prepared. As you can see, every one of my garden beds has been covered. So all the plants that are inside there, including the seeds that I'm germinating, are completely protected from this incredibly Arctic blast, which is very unusual here in Houston. I'm going to be putting out a video as soon as this warms up here and I can get inside and let you know how I am growing and germinating hundreds of seeds outside in 73-degree soil temperatures. As you can see, my seedling table is inside my in-the-garden greenhouse, and those seeds in there are doing just fantastic. Even though there's ice here on this, inside there, that is 73 degrees according to the remote thermostat that I have. So even if you're in very, very cold situations, you can still be germinating seeds for your spring garden right now. This is some serious ice here. Now, I just took my son to the airport because he and his wife are going to Cancun for a vacation, and the freeways were a mess. There were hardly anybody on the freeways because they shut down all the schools. A lot of businesses have been shut down, but all the overpasses were seriously iced over. So lessons learned on that is, if you ever have an evacuation or a lot of people trying to move at the same time in unfriendly conditions, don't go on the main roads. Go on the surface roads where there is no overpasses where you can get stranded and where there's very few traffic. Look at this ice on here. Just incredible. I don't want to open this up because it's going to freeze. Now over here, there's no ice on here. This is because it's next to my house and the house protected it. And inside here you can see my sugar snap peas, hopefully, and they are just doing great. There was multiple crashes at the airport and they were all on the overpasses. Here my onions are nice and tucked in and nice and warm and doing great, as you can see. Nice and green inside. No frost burn at all, even though it was well below freezing, not even including the wind chill, which was incredible. Before the storm came in, I put some sugar water into the beehives. Even though we've got ice hanging off the beehives, the bees are well fed and warm inside. This Satsuma orange covering is solid ice, but underneath there I've got my agricultural fabric wrapped around the tree. I've got the leaves packed up underneath the tree, and I've got the plastic over the top of it, completely safe from the freeze. Same over here. I've got the trunk of the tree protected, so if there's any die-off on the branches, the tree will still survive. As you can see, the cabbage is doing well inside of here. I did not add any heat, any light, anything like that inside of here, other than on my seedling table where I have the heating mat. But everything is nice and green and doing well inside. So be aware of what's going on around you in your environment. Be aware of weather. Be aware of situations that may put people at stress. Be prepared to be able to evacuate in alternate routes. Be prepared if you get these storms coming in for your garden, and you'll be fine. Now, I know for many of you this is nothing compared to what you're experiencing. I realize that. I think the difference we have here is Houston is not prepared for this kind of weather. And if you're not prepared for it, it's a big deal, as everything is in life. Up in Idaho or Utah or Wyoming or Missouri, this isn't a big issue. because people are prepared for it. This is LDS Prepper reminding you, if ye are prepared, ye shall not fear. I had no fear. I went to bed last night knowing that my plants will be healthy and strong, and I encourage you to do the same. It's worth the time and the effort to build your security and your safety. Take a look at my other videos I have on preparation here on my YouTube channel at ldsprepper.com.